The carbon credit, what you need to know to start planning your green home. Have you ever wondered how to create a green home without breaking the bank? In this post, we'll take you through the steps of creating a carbon credit for your home. After all, without a carbon credit, it won't be possible to build a green home without breaking the bank. So, in order to get started on your green home project, you first need to understand what a carbon credit is and how it can help you save money on your energy bill. What a carbon credit is. A carbon credit is an electronic document that entitles you to a certain number of carbon emissions. This number is based on the amount of energy your home uses, and it can be used in order to qualify for various government incentives. For example, if your home emits 2 metric tons of CO2 per year, you would qualify for a carbon credit of $20 in California. In addition, a carbon credit can also be used to buy renewable energy credits. These renewable energy credits are created when you use clean or low-emitting forms of energy such as solar or wind power. So, even if your home doesn't emit any CO2 from its operations, by using a carbon credit you can help reduce your environmental impact. The benefits of a carbon credit. A carbon credit is a type of loan that can be used to finance green home projects. A carbon credit can help you save money on your energy bill, as well as help you become more environmentally friendly. For example, if you have an old home that's not climate friendly, and you want to build a green home that is, then a carbon credit would be the best way to go. You could also use a carbon credit to finance a new green home. By using a carbon credit, you'll be able to save money on your energy bill while still being environmentally friendly. How to make an eco-friendly home from scratch, green building tips for you. The steps to creating a green home. For your home, there are a few different steps you need to follow in order to create a carbon credit for your home. Here's a breakdown. 1. Choose the right building type. When creating a carbon credit, you want to choose a building that can save on your energy bill. This is important because it will help you save money on your overall green home project. You can find buildings that are certified as green or that have been designed to reduce their impact on the environment. 2. Choose the right size. Once you've chosen the right building type, you next need to choose the right size. The biggest deciding factor when it comes to creating a carbon credit is how big and expensive your home will be. You want to make sure that the carbon credit will be able to cover the entire cost of your green home project, not just a small percentage of it. Another thing you can do is think about the way you live. If you live close to the city, it might be helpful to consider moving to a rural area. There are many green options available in rural areas, and it can be easier to live sustainably without using many resources. What to consider when moving to a rural area. If you're thinking of moving to a rural area, you should consider some of the following factors: climate, resources, and infrastructure. Climate is important because it affects how eco-friendly your home will be. If you live in an area with cold winters, you might want to consider moving to a warm rural area. Resources are important because you need to have access to healthy food and water. If you can't access those resources, your home won't be eco-friendly. Infrastructure is also important because it will help you get around and connect with other parts of your community. In order to move to a rural area, you'll need access to transportation, healthcare, and education. There are a few more things you can do to make your home more eco-friendly. One is to choose materials that are environmentally friendly, using recycled materials. Many people are trying to make their buildings more sustainable, and fewer are going with traditional building materials. However, there are some materials that can be used in green buildings. 1. Clay. Clay is a great material for green buildings because it can be recycled and used again. It's also easy to work with and has a low environmental impact. 2. Steel. Steel is another great material for green buildings because it doesn't produce harmful emissions when it's burned. It's also strong and durable, which is important in applications like weight-bearing walls and roofing. 3. Timber. Timber is another great material for green buildings because it's sustainable and environmentally friendly. Timber can be harvested sustainably, meaning that the trees will not go extinct. In fact, many of the trees used in construction are cut down after they're old enough to harvest timber. 4. Glass. Another great material for green buildings is glass. Glass is shatter-proof and does not release toxins when it breaks. It also has a high fire resistance, which is important in applications such as windows and roofs. 5. Stone. Stone can also be a great material for green buildings because it's quarried sustainably and has a low environmental impact. Stone can be found in many different colors, giving your building a unique look. 6. Solar panels. Solar panels are another great option for green building because they generate energy from the sun rather than using fuels like gasoline or oil. Solar panels are not only environmentally friendly, but they also have high performance due to their efficiency. 7. Metal roofs. Metal roofs are another popular option for green building because it doesn't produce harmful emissions when it's burned. It's also strong and durable. How to choose the right material for your building. There are a few things you need to consider when choosing the right material for your building. For example, you need to choose a sustainable building material that will last long. Another consideration is the cost of the materials. You will also want to make sure that the materials you select are compatible with your construction project. You can find many different materials that can be used in green buildings. You can use materials that are environmentally friendly, such as bamboo and recycled plastic. You can also use materials that are durable, such as earth-friendly bricks or concrete. You can use roofing systems made from eco-friendly tiles or metal. And you can use window systems made from natural materials, such as glass that is certified by the Green Building Council (GBC). Choosing the right construction method. For green building. Choosing the right construction method for green building is important because it affects the environment. The most common construction methods used in green buildings are passive and active ventilation, thermal insulation, and waterproofing. Passive ventilation means that the building's air conditioning system uses natural draft from the surroundings to circulate the building's air. Active ventilation means that an artificial wind tunnel or other physical activity is used to create a vacuum inside the building. Thermal insulation means that the building has a surface that is heated by the sun or another heat source. This can be achieved through roofing, walls, floors, or any other surface area. Waterproofing means that water cannot get into the building and lead to a reduction in energy costs and better environmental performance. Passive ventilation. Passive ventilation is the most common construction method for green buildings. It involves using natural draft from the surroundings to circulate the building's air. This is most effective when used in combination with active ventilation, which means an artificial wind tunnel or other physical activity is used to create a vacuum inside the building. Active ventilation. Active ventilation is the second most common construction method for green buildings. It involves using an artificial wind tunnel or other physical activity to create a vacuum inside the building. This is most effective when used in combination with passive ventilation, which means using natural draft from the surroundings to circulate the building's air. Thermal insulation waterproofing. Thermal insulation. Thermal insulation is a great way to protect your building from the sun. It can be achieved through a variety of methods, such as roofing, walls, floors, or any other surface area. Thermal insulation is especially beneficial in green buildings because it helps keep the building warm during the winter and cool during the summer. Thermal insulation also helps prevent water damage to your building and can lead to a reduction in energy costs. Waterproofing. The most important factor. Waterproofing is also an important factor in green buildings. When a building is waterproof, it means that water cannot get into the building and lead to a reduction in energy costs and better environmental performance. The most common types of waterproofing are caulking, weather stripping, and sealant. When a building is caulked, the caulking material is put over all the building surface. It prevents water from entering the building and leading to bad environmental performance. Weather stripping is similar to caulking, but it's used to protect only a specific area of the building. For example, if you want to protect your roof from rain, you would use weather stripping on that roof. Sealant is a type of waterproofing that is applied directly to surfaces. It helps prevent water from getting into the building and leading to bad environmental performance. Another things you can do to make your home more eco-friendly. Reducing your energy consumption. How to reduce your energy use tips for living a smarter, more efficient life. If you're like most people, you probably have some energy savings ideas floating around in your head. But how do you actually put them into practice? If you want to save energy and reduce your environmental impact, it takes more than just creating a list of ideas. You have to be willing to put in the hard work to implement these changes. In this blog post, we're going to explore how to reduce your energy use and make a difference in the way you live. What are energy use and environmental impact? Energy use and environmental impact are two different concepts. Energy use refers to the amount of energy a person or organization uses each day. Environmental impact refers to how much damage an organization or person can cause to the environment. How can you reduce your energy use? One easy way to reduce your energy use is to install more efficient appliances and equipment. You can also reduce your use of air conditioning and heating by changing the way you live. But there are a number of other ways to save energy too. For instance, you can decrease your consumption of water by using less plastic water bottles and cups, turning off lights when you're not using them, and using an air conditioner or window AC when it's not necessary. How do you make a difference in your life with energy savings? 1. Set a goal. Setting a goal is the first step in any successful energy savings campaign. When you set a goal, you'll be more likely to achieve it. By setting a target for your energy consumption, you'll be able to track your progress and make adjustments as needed. 2. Get organized. When you're trying to save energy, it's important to have an organized system in place. This will help you stay on track and make sure that all of your energy-saving efforts are working together. 3. Use technology. Technology has a lot to offer when it comes to energy savings. You can use apps and websites to keep track of your energy consumption and bill data, or you can use internet-based software that walks you through each step of saving energy. 4. Make smart choices. There are many simple ways to reduce your energy consumption without having any major changes in your lifestyle. By making smart choices, you can save money and conserve resources while still enjoying your life. Proper design for green building tips to help save time, money, and environment. When it comes to green building, there are 3 key factors to consider: sustainability, function, and style. Proper design for a green building takes into account these factors in order to create an effective and efficient environment that meets the needs of both the environment and the people who will be using it. Here are some tips on how to improve your green building design. Sustainable design principles. Sustainability is a key part of green building, and there are a number of sustainable design principles to consider. One important principle is that green buildings should be designed with the environment in mind. Another principle is that green buildings should be energy efficient. In addition, every step in the building process should be considered when designing a green building, from the construction of the building itself to the care and maintenance of the building. Now for green building. 1. Make sure your building is designed to meet the needs of the environment and its occupants. Your building is energy efficient and water friendly. Your building is easy to maintain and use. Green building standards. One of the most important things you can do to improve your green building design is to adhere to green building standards. These standards ensure that your building meets the requirements set by the Environmental Protection Agency, EPA. You can find EPA standards for green buildings on the EPA website. You'll also want to make sure that you're meeting the safety requirements set by